Hello everyone, welcome back to another Satisfactory video. I'm coming to you from a new map this time. Last time my video was in the map intended for first-time players, and this time we're in one of the maps intended for more advanced players. It's kind of, at least the starting location, it's a bit of a karst mountain range with jungle on it. And that produces some unique difficulties for building because all the ground is all broken up in different altitudes, and it makes it quite challenging to engineer solutions for the very rich metal nodes, or very rich resource nodes that are on this map, at least in the area that I started in. We have pure copper and pure iron, and it seems like that was pure limestone over there. And, you know, you end up having to do a lot of this number of multiple floors to get the job done, because you have little space to work with. Flattest spot I've been able to find so far is over here, where I've got a temporary iron operation going. Just something to get me some building materials while I'm working on this major project here, this giant box. And we'll get to that in just a minute here. As you can see, the iron ore is pure. It's going to produce a ton of ore, and we need a solution for dealing with it. Just a quick run through on some of the other things. Of course, this is my power plant operation. These are all biomass burners. And it started as just 3 on the ground, and it's just had to get taller and taller as my power needs have gone up as well. Yeah, so without any further ado, I'll take you to what the purpose of this video is, to show you a colossal iron refinery. We've got 4 pure iron nodes here, and that's going to keep an awful lot of buildings busy. Oops, I missed. Try that again. I'm experimenting with jump pads for the first time. You may be able to tell. Not super experienced with it yet. But, so I am, I don't know, I think roughly halfway done with this building. It's going to be 4 floors. And we've obviously only completed about 1 floor, but the design work that goes into that 1 floor, plus what I've done already, I think represents more than half of the work that's actually going to be done. If you look on the back side over there, those are all smelters, and each floor is going to take all of the input from one iron mining Mark II drill. There may be higher than Mark II drills eventually. I haven't gotten that far in the first map yet. But at least a Mark II drill will only produce enough to keep 8 smelters busy. And so we tiled that up into 4 floors for 4 pure iron nodes. And then each of those floors is going to have its own floor that looks like this. We're basically going to tile this onto this floor and this floor and this floor. And we're going to produce iron plates and iron rods and iron screws. And then those are going to feed up in here into these assemblers, which will produce reinforced iron plates and rotors and light modular frames and smart plating for our space elevator. And I also need to work out the storage solution, how I'm going to pipe this stuff over to wherever my main storage is going to be, which I haven't even really started setting up. When I need something, I just go run out and grab it straight from the machines. That spaghetti bowl mess you saw down just outside of this building. So when you're dealing with buildings this big and this vertical, you need solutions for getting up and down them. because you got to be able to get up and down while you're building, and then probably once again, sometime in the future, if there's ever a problem. For example, I currently, well, it's not really a problem, it's an expansion issue. It's the view from above. But right now I only have Mark I miners. Eventually I'll be able to produce twice as much iron as being produced. And rather than run all of the machines and consume a whole bunch of power that I don't need to, I just have half of the machines on standby. And if half of those smelters are on standby, then these machines down here should be set up such, if I did it right, should be set up such that only half of these machines run as well. So anyway, as I was saying, eventually I'm going to need to come back here once I get Mark II drills, and faster conveyor belts too, probably. And I'm going to need to turn on all of the smelters that aren't currently on. So I'm going to need to be able to access all of these levels. So we have stairs. Stairs are, you know, kind of slow, but they get the job done. They don't require anything fancy. And, well, you know, it's just kind of the standard. But I decided this time to experiment with jump pads, as I mentioned. And they're pretty nifty. They take up a lot less space than stairs. And they just kind of shoot you straight where you're going. And even when, wow, I'm really failing today. They can only launch you so high and so far, so it actually takes 2 jump pads to get up to the 4th level. I'm glad I'm not building something that's like 10 levels tall. I would just need an elevator, probably. That staircase is a hot mess over there. Then you have to have a solution for getting down. And if I just jump down here, obviously I'd take damage. I've already done it twice. But they have, in addition to jump pads, they have this jelly stuff. So I just made an area that has a hole in the floor. It's one of the optional design blueprints, whatever you want to call it, that you can buy from the Fix-It token shop. It's the game has a resource sink that you can just dump stuff into to get little tokens you can use to buy new blueprints. Blueprints isn't really the right word. New designs. And I decided to try out the one with the quarter pipes, that hole in the floor that you saw. These bright yellow boxes are where the excess plates and screws and rods go. I'm going to have to come up with a solution for those as well. Probably pipe them off to storage eventually. But they're there so I don't forget where they are. That's the building. Once it's done, probably leave the top open like you saw up on the 4th level, but the rest of it's going to be much more enclosed. And not a whole lot else to show here. These, as I mentioned, these Karst produce a lot of challenge for building, and that's the primary source of difficulty in this map. I could maybe have built this down here, but I don't really want the building hanging off the edge of any of these rocks. I kind of want it to be centered over the rocks. I've built some pillars and stuff to support it. But overall, I like it to stay on top of the rocks. So I think that's about all we have for today. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again in the next one. Goodbye now.